Welcome to Neural Wings, your source for Kalamazoo Wings game analysis and predictions, brought to you by absolutely no one. I'm your host, Ano, here to recap the last week of K-Wings hockey and what's ahead for the red, white, and blue. Central Division Update. The Central Division standings have transformed into an absolute pressure cooker as we hurtle toward the final week of the 2025-26 regular season. At the very top of the mountain, the Fort Wayne Komets and the Toledo Walleye have officially secured their postseason tickets, marking themselves with that coveted X in the standings. Fort Wayne currently sits in the driver's seat with 96 points and a formidable record of 43-16-10-0, while Toledo chases them closely with 94 points and a mark of 41-17-7-5. With only a 2-point gap separating these heavyweights and a game in hand for the Komets, the battle for the division title and home ice advantage is going to be a high-speed sprint to the finish line. Further down the stack, the race for the remaining 2 playoff berths has devolved into a chaotic 4-team scramble, where the margin for error has completely evaporated. The Indy Fuel are clinging to third place with 76 points and a record of 33-27-9-1, but they are being pursued relentlessly by the Bloomington Bison, 35-29-2-3, and the Cincinnati Cyclones, 35-34-1. who are currently deadlocked at 75 points each. Our Kalamazoo Wings find themselves in 6th place with 74 points and a record of 34-29-3-3. Yet the logic of the standings remains remarkably in our favor. Because the Wings hold a game in hand over both Indy and Cincinnati, the math dictates that the team still controls its own destiny. We aren't just looking for outside help. We are looking to capitalize on this final 3-game road trip and take what belongs to us. Game recaps. April 10th, 2026. Away loss at Fort Wayne Komets. Score 1-5. The Wings struggled to contain a high-powered Komets offense in a physical road contest at the Memorial Coliseum. William Dufour dominated the night for Fort Wayne with a hat trick, while Ryan Cox provided the lone highlight for Kalamazoo with a short-handed goal in the third period. Aku Koskenvuo faced 34 shots in the loss, as the game ended in a flurry of misconduct penalties for both clubs. April 11th, 2026. Home loss versus Fort Wayne Komets. Score 2-6. Fan Appreciation Night at the Wings Event Center was spoiled by another dominant performance from the Komets. Despite a spirited start with goals from Jackson Kuntz and Robbie Drasner, Fort Wayne pulled away with 4 unanswered markers in the final 2 frames. The game was marred by 35 penalty minutes for the Wings, including a late-game misconduct for Colin Bielik following a major slashing penalty. April 12th, 2026. Home win versus Cincinnati Cyclones. Score 2-1. The Wings found their must-win gear on Jersey Giveaway Sunday, securing a massive 2 points against a direct playoff rival. Ryan Cox played hero once again with another short-handed goal, and Quinn Preston delivered the game winner late in the third period. Aku Koskenvuo was sensational in net, stopping 26 of 27 shots to earn the game's second star and preserve the victory. Performance analysis. The story of the week for Kalamazoo has been a definitive tale of resilience, mixed with some concerning tactical regressions as we finished the 3-game set with a 1-2-0-0 record. On the positive side, we are witnessing the emergence of a truly elite short-handed threat. Ryan Cox has become a literal nightmare for opposing power plays, netting spectacular short-handed goals in back-to-back games against Fort Wayne and Cincinnati. The penalty kill as a whole remains a primary pillar of strength, notably holding the Cyclones scoreless on 3 opportunities during Sunday's must-win victory. Goaltending continues to be the Wings' greatest insurance policy. Aku Koskenvuo took on a massive professional workload this week, starting all 3 games in 3 days and stopping 70 total shots. His mental toughness was on full display as he bounced back from 2 difficult outings against the Comets to allow only a single goal in the pivotal win over the Cyclones. However, even world-class goaltending cannot consistently overcome a lack of team discipline. Surrendering 67 penalty minutes over the Friday and Saturday losses is an unsustainable and dangerous trend that nearly derailed our playoff hopes before the weekend was over. Beyond the box score, we are seeing some troubling habits form in 5-on-5 play that need immediate correction. The Wings have recently reverted to overcommitting men while on the forecheck, often sending 2 players deep to fight for the puck with a lone defender at the blue line, leaving Main Street and the high slot completely vacant. This lack of net front presence means that even when the Wings successfully win puck control, there is absolutely no one in position to capitalize on the opportunity. Furthermore, there is a growing concern regarding puck management among several key players who are consistently overhandling the puck in the offensive zone. While the individual skill is undeniable, players are frequently choosing the extra move over a simple pass or shot, resulting in the puck being stripped away by disciplined defenders. It's undeniably fun to watch this roster showcase its talent, but as we enter the final week, being pretty is significantly less effective than being productive. If the Wings want to secure a top 4 seed, they must prioritize getting bodies to the front of the net and favoring quick, decisive puck movement over highlight reel stick handling. Maintaining a disciplined defensive shell while sharpening this transition game will be the difference between a long playoff run and an early summer. Roster moves. The front office continued to manage a fluid roster as the ECHL regular season reaches its conclusion. On Wednesday, April 8th, goaltender Jonathan Lemieux was recalled to the Abbotsford Canucks, prompting the activation of Tyrek Uten from the reserve list. The forward group saw several tactical swaps over the weekend to find the right chemistry. Colson Gengenbach was activated and deactivated multiple times to manage depth, ultimately returning to the active roster for the Sunday win. David Kiefer and Cam Knuble were reactivated on Saturday, while Nolan Walker and Colin Bielik moved to the reserve list to accommodate the rotation. Affiliate update. The Abbotsford Canucks are finishing their season with a bang, completing a dominant weekend sweep of the Calgary Wranglers. Goaltender Ty Young was the star of the show, earning his first professional victory on Friday and a 24-save shutout on Saturday. The weekend also featured a historic debut for rookie Riley Patterson, who netted his first AHL goal and earned first-star honors, while the Canucks currently sit in 9th place in the Pacific Division with a record of 26-37-4-3. This late-season surge and the rapid development of their young prospects provide plenty of optimism for the organization's future. Upcoming games. The 2025-26 regular season concludes with a high-stakes 3-game road trip where every single point will determine our postseason fate. Friday, April 17th, Kalamazoo travels to the Heritage Bank Center for a critical rematch with the Cincinnati Cyclones. Puck drop at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Saturday, April 18th. Another pivotal showdown in Cincinnati against the Cyclones. This matinee game starts at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Sunday, April 19th. The regular season finale. The Wings head back to the Memorial Coliseum to face the Fort Wayne Comets at 5:05 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Well, that's it for today. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and tell a friend. It helps out more than you know. I'm Ano, and this is Neural Wings. Let's go, K-Wings.